Just past halfway in our NASCAR Sprint Cup Series coverage from Bristol tonight, presented by Pennzoil Platinum. Lap 256 complete of 500, and Kyle Busch is the race leader. When the race is over tonight and our race coverage concludes, over on ESPN2, it's the wrap-up edition of NASCAR Now. More post-race reaction and interviews with drivers. That's 11:30 Eastern Time. Tomorrow, the IndyCar Grand Prix of Sonoma, the featured auto race, ESPN2, 5:30 Eastern Time. Then our NASCAR Now Monday roundtable, 5 Eastern. We'll have some things to talk about after this one. And then next weekend, the primetime races from California, the Nationwide Series on Saturday, the Camping World 300, and the Pepsi 500 for the Sprint Cup Series on Sunday night. That's all the motorsports coming up on the ESPN networks. While Kyle Busch continues to lead, we've got 18 of the original 43 starters on the lead lap. Kyle opening up about a second and a third on Carl Edwards, and already back in lap traffic. A couple guys we've been kind of keeping an eye on working their way through the field. One is the 8 car, Eric Almirola.
Eric Almirola is doing great in that DEI car. I think he's handling good. And I'll tell you what, guys, he's been in the top 10 almost all night long. Kid does a good job driving. We generally see Mark Martin driving this car, but man, he looks like a veteran tonight, that's for sure.
He was the first one off of pit road of the cars that stopped under the red, the yellow after the red flags. He restarted 12th, so he's the first one on fresh tires, and he's up to 8th. And then just a couple of spots behind him, 9th place, Jamie McMurray.
Jamie's having a real nice run tonight. I mean, he's up 30 spots since the start of the race. He's taking great care of the race car. He's got himself out where there's no one around. He can make solid laps. I look at Jamie advancing his position, going up and trying to challenge Eric here real soon. And remember, Eric had an 8th place finish here his last time out at Bristol.
41st to 9th for Jamie McMurray. Very nice drive for the Missouri native. So again, just past halfway, it's been Kyle Busch for quite some time now. In fact, he's led the race basically since about lap 55, Doc.
And Kyle Busch, here's the good news for Kyle Busch. He has dominated the laps led, 209 laps. Here's the bad news. The car that has led the most laps here has not won the last 5 races at Bristol in a row. So he's going to buck history maybe tonight, see if he can pull it off. His teammate, by the way, Tony Stewart, had led the most laps in 3 of the last 5 and didn't win any of them.
Now this kid's buck history all year long, winning in everything.
Dave, this is the most consecutive laps a driver has led all season long. That's Kyle Busch, is pretty good.
Very fast race car. I asked Steve Addington right there in the pit box about his qualifying lap that was only 9th best, and he said, I left his car a little tight because I didn't want him to mess up his qualifying lap. I wanted a good pit stall selection. That's pit stall number 5 right there, close to the exit. We found last week when we were further down pit road, there was a lot of people to pass, a lot of people in our way on the way out. I wanted to be as close to the exit of pit road as possible, and a 9th place, decent qualifying run got them that. If they'd left the car too loose, going for a pole, he said I might have been back in the 20s, and that would have been bad.
And there's what he's talking about right there. Right close to the exit, Steve Addington and the crew.
These pit selections are real important on short tracks, especially. A lot of the pit stops are made under caution, and having that pit stall down towards the exit is an advantage.
It's a pretty good advantage to have a fast car like that too, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he's doing that. He's got a great race car tonight.
Going by the 45 car, Kyle Petty back in the car this week after taking some weeks off. Have Terry Labonte in the car. There's the 18 of Kyle Busch, his 57th race this year. You heard how much he loves to test. He loves to drive in anything NASCAR related. Back in a moment. Bristol, Tennessee, 3 races remain until the chase, the postseason begins. And here's the ticket to the chase. All races televised live on ABC. We kick off the chase 1 p.m. Eastern time at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And we wind it down with championship weekend, Homestead Miami Speedway, November 16th, 3 o'clock Eastern time. And what a chase this should be this year. It is shaping up to be a very, very competitive chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. To be part of the action, get your tickets at www.nascar.com/tickets.
Kyle Busch is still the leader. He's having pretty much his own way with this lap traffic, but then he gets to certain few cars that give him a little bit more problem, but he's able to stay ahead. We have
got one in the wall hard.
Dave Blaney just nosing down. Oh, just getting by
Kyle
with
Busch
Menard.
just missed 22.
Wow, the 15 and 18 just barely got by.
Well, that's a hard lick for Dave Blaney.
Be interesting to see if he got help there, but this is coming off of turn 2 and just shot down across to the inside wall.
Blaney had moved up all the way to 12th position just a few laps ago, and
man, he was having a great run. This is the second hard crash in a row. He had the accident at Michigan last week. He was okay from that. That's a hard hit. We see him moving around inside the car.
Well, you just want so many good things to happen for Bill and Gail Davis and this team trying to keep things together. Dave Blaney driving his heart out here today. This is what you talked about a week ago.
Yeah, just an innocent victim right here. Lucky the car didn't turn over, but it was a hard hit on the driver's side. But Dave was okay. Had a good run going at Michigan also. And just a moment ago, as he came off of turn 2, he was in a pack of cars.
It's another one of these things where you see these guys get together. They're not quite clear. And then Dave's a victim.
There's Menard. There comes Kyle Busch, just barely by in front. Now watch the 15 and 18 split him on either side.
Kyle Busch saw it happen and backed down. Gave himself plenty of room there, but
great job.
He thought it was plenty of room. Yeah, that's heads-up driving.
Fortunately, Dave out of the car with that almost head-on lick into the inside wall.
Man, he had such a good run. It's just heartbreaking. You see these guys having good runs and people that really need good runs. And to have something like that to happen, is particularly when it's not your fault.
Yeah, he's looking for somebody, looking up on the racetrack. Not a happy camper. Going to go up and let his emotions be known. They're going to steer him over toward the ambulance.
They have a safer barrier on the inside wall as well, so that was good news for Dave.
He was running 12th, and now he's headed to the garage area. Tough night for Dave Blaney.
Never say thank you.